Hi guys, my name's Raz and today we'll be looking at the equation of a straight line. So let's get cracking. So the question in purple is the sort of thing we'll be looking at. So find the equation of the line which passes through the points 0, 3 and 2, 7. So we've been given two coordinates and we want to find the equation of the line connecting those 2 points. But to answer that, we must first define what the equation of a straight line is, how to find a gradient and what is the gradient of a line. So the general equation of a straight line is given by y equals mx plus c, where m is the gradient and c is the y-intercept. So in other words, c is where the graph crosses the y-axis. Simple as. So if we had a line that crossed the y-axis at 3, then c would be 3. Yeah, simple as that. The gradient, on the other hand, is a little bit more complicated, and you can check my gradient video if you're not sure. But to find the gradient, we do the change in y over the change in x, also known as, often called, rise over run. And that's what we'll be looking at now. Like I said, if you're not sure about this bit, just check the gradients video. So in this first example, we've been given the coordinates 0, 3 and 3, 7. So 0 is the x coordinate, 3 is the y, 3 here is the x, and 7 is the y. So gradient is delta y over delta x, which means the difference in the y's divided by the difference in the x's. You don't want to muddle those up and get them the wrong way round. So we end up with minus 4 over minus 3, which is 4 over 3. So in this question, we'll get y equals 4/3 x plus c. So now we need to figure out the y-intercept, but we have been given a lovely coordinate here. Why is that so beautiful? I hear you asking. Well, if we plot the coordinates 0, 3 and 3, 7, where must that line be crossing the y-axis? Exactly, 3. That is it. So C must be 3, because when x is 0, the corresponding y value must always be the y-intercept. You can see that from the sketch. So in this case, y equals 4/3 x plus 3. Excellent. Let's do another one. So this time we've been given a more awkward pair of coordinates because we haven't been given an x is 0 coordinate, so we need to calculate the y-intercept here. So first we recall y equals mx plus c. We can figure out the gradient by doing delta y over delta x, which will be, so we label the coordinates first, x, x, y, y. We have 3 minus 7 divided by 2 minus 3, which is minus 4 over minus 1, which is 4. So the gradient is 4. Therefore, we have y equals 4x plus c. So now we can substitute either of the coordinates in to figure out c. Whichever one we use, we will get the same answer. Now prove it. So let's use x is 2 first and y is 3. And in orange, we'll use x is 3 and y is 7. So in white, we have 3 equals 4 times 2 plus c. So 3 equals 8 plus c. C equals 3 minus 8. So c is equal to -5. The one in orange, do the one in orange. Let's move that over there. We have 7 equals 4 times 3 plus c. So 7 equals 12 plus c. So c equals 7 minus 12, which is again -5. So it doesn't matter which route we go. Either way, y is going to be equal to 4x minus 5. And that is the equation of the straight line. So let's have a look at it in a bit greater depth. So I've got this little prompt. What can we say about parallel lines? There's a hint on the screen. Exactly. Parallel lines have the same gradient. So their m is the same, but their intercepts will be different. Yeah, the intercepts were the same. They'd be the same line. Yeah, the gradients have to be the same, and then y-intercept will be different. Find the equation line which is parallel to the line y equals 2x plus 5 and passes through the coordinate 2 and 3. So this is very similar to the previous questions. But if it's parallel to this line, it must have a gradient of 2. So first step, y equals 2x plus c. Now we must use this coordinate here to figure out c. So when x is -2, y is 3. So 3 equals 2 times -2 plus c. So 3 equals -4 plus c. So c must be 7. Therefore, y equals 2x plus 7. Job done. I'm going to draw a smiley face there. Simple as. What have I got next? 2 examples. So I advise you to pause the video and give it a go. Welcome back, guys. This first one, we will have y, it's parallel to 3x plus 5, so we'll get y equals 3x plus c. Substitute in x is -1, y is 3. So 3 will equal -3 plus c, so c equals 6. Therefore, y equals 3x plus 6. On the second one, oh, I blocked that for you so you wouldn't have been able to see it in the first place. We have y equals 5x plus c. X is 7, y is 3. So 3 equals 35 plus c. So c equals -32. So y must be equal to 5x minus 32. So one more thing I want to talk about in this video and give you some examples, which is perpendicular lines. Yes, again, there'll be a video showing the relationship between lines and perpendicular lines. If you don't already know, then what we say is if the gradient of line 1 is a over b, then the line perpendicular to it will have a gradient of minus b over a. So the gradients of perpendicular lines are negative reciprocals of one another. Yep, so jot that down if you didn't already know that. So how does that relate to this question? Well, let's have a look. So if m1 equals a over b, m2 equals -b over a. So we have m1 is 2, which would be 2 divided by 1. So the gradient of the line perpendicular must be minus 1/2. So that'd be our first bit. It's minus a half x, y equals minus half x plus c. Well, we've got x is minus 2 when y is 3. So 3, sorry, must be equal to minus a half times minus 2 is 1, very good, plus c. Therefore, c equals 2, which means y equals minus a half x plus 2. And I think we have one more question. So an exam style question here that I thought you might enjoy. Give this a go. So what we need to do is we need to put this in the form y equals mx plus c. So y must be equal to minus 2x plus 7. Well, so any line parallel to y equals minus 2x plus 7 must have a gradient of minus 2. This y-intercept must be anything but 7, so I can use any number that isn't 7. I'm going to go with 6. An equation line that is perpendicular, so it has to be perpendicular to y equals minus 2x plus 7. So the gradient must be the negative reciprocal of minus 2/1, which will be plus 1/2. And I can have any y-intercept. So that would have an answer of y equals a half x plus anything. And I've chosen 10. So I hope you enjoyed the video and I hope you found it useful. Look forward to seeing you again soon.